Depth is devoted to silence. It is a containment facility that secretly shifts form within layers beyond the reach of light, layers the flat present could not bear. To reach it, one must not take a straight path, but rather shift the diffraction angle of thought.
At the edge of consciousness, the spasmodic gaps of latent signifiers, we call this the interval.
Yes, it is the magnetic field of silence wedged between things and things, the fleeting pause where premonition hovers briefly before falling into depth. That moment tilts us toward the future, allowing us to gather particles of undecidedness leaking from the source of events. Pressing an ear to that interval, events not yet existing make a dull sound, like stones touching at the bottom of water. It is the mother tongue of omens, where the world prepares its own beyond. Premonition is always a headwind blown back from depth, the sound of the future arranging itself behind us, and a transparent presence that spills away if touched. Every moment is a spiral approaching the center while betraying it. Landscape is the skin of continuity, the bone of discontinuity, bending at joints of chance. Invisible axes rotate non-commutatively, the difference in order shifting the phase of meaning. What touched first echoes later. What was born later gently rewrites what came before. Premonition is the breath of this exchangeability, where the slightest shift amplifies the world's sweetness. This sweetness is not sugar, but the crystallization of presence. To walk is for the ground to assume my weight. This assumption is an elegant lie, and lies trace the orderly corridor of truth. I place a point in that corridor. The point desires a line. The line dreams of a plane, and the plane summons the memory of space. The memory summoned belongs to no one, yet it is mine. Possession is not an illusion. The possession of illusion is the very form of presence. Therefore, when measuring the depth of premonition, I use my tongue, not a ruler. Length converts to taste, and the phase difference between saltiness and sweetness stretches and shrinks the future's outline like a midday shadow. Silence is not sound banished from words, but the point where sound has not yet forgiven itself. Forgiveness is not a condition. Conditions are costumes imitating forgiveness. I do not strip off the costume. I stroke the skin sleeping within it. The stroked skin recalls its natural frequency, and the body subtly tunes to that frequency, generating a single step. That step is the interval. Because there is a step, the will to leap arises. The faint pause before the leap, that indivisible stagnation, casts the first shadow into the depth of premonition. Forgetting is not erasure, but the rearrangement of sequences. I deliberately disrupt the impulse to arrange particles of the past in numerical order. The disrupted sequence breaks the surface tension of meaning, and the droplets transfer to another vessel. Vesselhood is nothing but linguistic definition. Names impose the shape of vessels, yet excess always remains at the bottom. Excess flows beyond words, and the outside immediately invades the inside. Boundaries are not broken, they are renewed. With each renewal, the depth increases by one layer. And though that depth cannot be measured, its unmeasurability becomes a new unit of measurement. When grasping a premonition, the hand does not close but opens slightly. Opening is not receiving, it resembles dropping. I drop, and the world picks up. What is picked up is not mine, yet it fills my lack. When the lack is filled, I am not satisfied. The outline of the void becomes clearer. This clarity is not the quality of light, but the sincerity of shadow. The more sincere the shadow, the more the premonition deceives. To deceive is a courtesy delaying the arrival of truth. Courtesy is the aesthetics of interval. Aesthetics is another name for how time is endured. So I wait. I wait to wait. Within waiting, I tame the impatience that cannot wait. While impatience sleeps, I place my ear upon words, my eye within my ear, my tongue behind my eye. Each time the coordinates of sensation shift, the world changes its taste. The new taste is the angle at which the future seeps into the present. The angle cannot be measured, but the tilt lives. The living tilt composes the interval into the depth of premonition. Rests are the heart of music. Intervals are the breath of premonition. Breath cannot be counted, yet its uncountability becomes the final reverence for counting. Time is not a straight line. It sometimes folds like damp cloth, and the result called future may manifest goosebumps on the skin's inner surface before the cause called present. That hesitation of the second hand, the expansion of vacuum just before the click, the very shoreline where probability waves crest and collapse into white foam before events are fixed, that is our dwelling place.